Whether you're a veteran player or brand new, here are 10 tips you may find useful while playing Necesse. Tip number 1. This isn't something I see many players talking about, but NPCs can now use the secondary actions of their equipped weapons. I know that doesn't seem like huge news at first, but there are a certain set of gem weapons in this game that have combat, speed, and most importantly healing buffs as their secondary actions. You heard that right, settlers can be healers now, and they activate the heals constantly, not only healing you but other NPCs in your party as well. All you gotta do is equip them with the gem staff. Sapphire for heals, Amethyst for movement speed, Ruby for attack speed, Topaz for resilience, and Emerald for crit chance. Tip number 2 is another NPC feature that gets overlooked a lot. They can use summon weapons now. By default they have one summon slot, but with the right gear they can be a one villager army. Arachnid armor is my personal favorite gear set for summoners, but the in-game summoner gear is Spiderite. If you haven't unlocked those yet, no worries. Just use any gear set that increases summon count, or use weapons that don't take up summon slots like the stabby and bashy bushes. Having a summoner or two can be a real game changer whether they're in your party or just defending your village. Moving on to tip number 3, always have recall scrolls in your party inventory. Your NPCs will use them to teleport back to the village when their health drops too low. This can save them from dying on harder difficulties, or if they get knocked down in an area that you won't be able to reach them. Tip number 4 is my last tip about the NPCs. It's better to have NPCs with job titles instead of the generic villager title. If they have a job title, they'll either have items they can sell to you, or they can perform tasks that other NPCs can't, such as fertilizing, fishing, and hunting. The only exception to this are the guard NPCs. They can only haul items, but they have 50% more base health than other NPCs, which makes them great for tanking. Tip number 5 is extremely simple. So simple in fact that I overlooked it until I was like 70 hours in. You can use almost every item directly from your inventory without having it in your hotbar. I spent an embarrassing amount of time moving wall blocks, furniture, and other things to my character's hand when I could have just been dragging them and dropping them where I wanted to build them. Many of you are probably laughing, but if I made the mistake, there's probably, hopefully, at least one other person out there making it too, so this tip is for them. Tip number 6. You can place torches wherever your cursor is by tapping the R key by default, but what I've found to be much more user-friendly is to bind that feature to an extra button on your mouse if you have one. That way you don't have to remove your finger from the movement keys to place a torch. It really smooths out exploration. Tip number 7 is already talked about on a lot of other videos, but it's a huge help. Make a dump chest so you don't have to waste time organizing your loot. Your settlers can handle it for you. Just place a chest and clear all of the item preferences. Now when you store items in it, your NPCs will start hauling them to the proper storage areas. Tip number 8. Farm everything. Every time you find a new seed, plant it at your settlement somewhere. You never know when you'll need it to craft something. Personally, I try to have at least a 3x3 plot of each crop and a few of every tree. Even if I don't need them, they'll turn into spoiled food which I can use to make fertilizer later. Which leads me into my next tip. Tip number 9. Fertilizer can make you tons of passive income. You're almost always going to have a surplus of spoiled food in your settlement. Just craft a bunch of compost bins and your settlers will turn it into fertilizer. More bins equals more money. Just make sure to adjust the item preferences in the compost bins to only allow spoiled food. Each stack of fertilizer produced is worth 400 gold. Just use what you need and sell the excess at a pawnbroker or at the shipping chest. Oh, and as a side note, another way to make easy money is to blow up a dungeon and sell all the walls and floors. And finally, tip number 10. Once you get into the mid to late game, you'll be able to upgrade your gear to different tier levels, maxing out at tier 10. Upgrading is expensive and it can be a chore to find the materials. Don't forget you can salvage any tier 1 or greater items that you don't need at the salvage station. This will net you a huge amount of upgrade materials. Defeating raids on your base in the late game will usually get you a handful of salvageable items as well. So don't let those low tier or useless items just take up space in your storage. Salvage them or give them to your settlers. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, and feel free to drop your own tips in the comments section. Thanks for watching.